In this video, we will show you how to construct the minor ninth chords and how to use them in progressions. You just heard a C minor ninth chord. The minor ninth chords are shown in notation with the chord letter followed by a small m and the number 9. There are several types of ninth chords that you may have heard of. This can cause confusion, but just know that the minor ninth is only one of these chords. How do we construct a minor ninth chord? Chords are created by using notes from a scale. The minor chords are created with 3 notes from the major scale: first, flat or minor third, and fifth. To create a minor seventh chord, we take these 3 minor chord notes and add a flat or minor seventh note from the major scale. A minor ninth chord uses the minor seventh chord notes and adds a ninth note from the major scale. You may be thinking that there are only 7 notes in the major scale, so where does this ninth note come from? Let's clarify this with an example. The C major scale has the following notes: C, D, E, F, G, A, and B. If we continue the scale after the 7th note B, then we simply repeat the notes again. This second set of notes is an octave higher than the first set of notes. So if we assign a number to each note, you can see that although the letter names repeat, the numbers continue to rise to indicate this higher pitch. That means that our ninth note is a D note, exactly the same as the second note, but it is an octave higher, so we add 7 and it becomes a ninth. If you would like further help with these concepts, then check out our intervals video in the description below. Now that we understand the numbering system, let's construct some chords. To create a C minor chord, we take the first, flat or minor third, and fifth, which gives us C, E flat, and G. The 7th note in the scale is B. The flat 7th note is therefore half a step or a semitone below this, which is B flat. So in order to create a C minor 7th chord, we take the C minor chord notes and add the flat 7th from the scale. This means that C minor 7th has the notes C, E flat, G, and B flat. As we discussed earlier, the ninth note is D. Therefore, to create a C minor ninth chord, we take the C minor 7th chord notes and add the ninth note, which gives us C, E flat, G, B flat, and D. Let's have a listen to C minor 7th, and C minor 9th played after one another to appreciate the difference. The minor ninth has a similar sound to the minor 7th. It could be described as intensifying the minor sound. It is often heard in soul, folk, and some rock as a substitute for the minor 7th. This is usually, but not exclusively, in ballads. Because it has 5 notes, it could be considered as cluttered or busy, depending on the instrument that it is played on. How can we use the minor ninth chords? Generally speaking, you can use the minor ninth as a simple replacement for the minor 7th chords in a progression. In a major key, this has no problems on chords 2 and 6, and in a minor key it would be chords 1 and 4. Where issues arise is on chord 5 in a minor key. Using a minor ninth here will introduce a note from out of the key, which can create unwanted conflicts and dissonance. This does not mean that you should not use these chords. The best approach is to experiment with it in your song or chord progression and see what you think. As always in songwriting, trust your ear as to what sounds good or bad. Your opinion is the one that counts. Let's start by using chords 2 minor ninth and 6 minor ninth in a turnaround. Please note that examples will be in the key of C major. If you want to transform your songwriting, then use the ultimate musical sketchpad, HookPad. We use HookPad to show you chord progressions and melodies in our videos because it is easy to use and intuitive. Click the link in the description below and see what HookPad can do for your music. Minor ninth chords can be used to contrast song sections. The interesting, more intense feel of the minor ninth will make a section stand out. Here is an example of a verse contrasted against a chorus. Because they only differ by one note, you can alternate between minor seventh chords and minor ninth chords to create an interesting sound. Minor ninths can also be paired with major ninths to create quite an intense, mournful sound. We have a full major ninth chord video linked in the description below if you need further help with this. The sus2 chords take away the third note in a chord and replace it with a second note. If you want to understand more about sus chords, then check out our video in the description below. If you remember from earlier, this second note is actually the same as a ninth note. Because of this, the sus2 can be a nice link chord to the minor ninth. For example, the minor seventh chord is fundamental in understanding the minor ninth chords. Check out the video on screen now to learn more about the minor seventh chord and then try experimenting with extended chords in your songwriting.